Hi everyone. It's that time of year when the cold and flu symptoms are flying around the universe and we all want to avoid those symptoms, right? So I have a soup recipe for you. It's called garlic broth. Well, I actually like to call it STREGA soup because STREGA in Italian means witch, and I think of this soup as a magic potion that I'm using to combat the evil spirits of the cold and flu symptoms. It's a really simple recipe that you can drink just as a broth for its healing benefits, or you can add a little things to it if you want to make it a heartier soup. Garlic was used by the ancient Romans for its medicinal properties. Not only does garlic add lots of flavor to foods, it is highly nutritious and has very few calories. Garlic can boost your immune system and can help reduce the length of your cold symptoms. Studies have shown that fresh garlic can reduce the length of cold symptoms by 70%. Garlic is rich in manganese, vitamin B6, vitamin C, and selenium. The active compounds in garlic can reduce blood pressure, improve cholesterol levels, and may lower the risk of heart disease. With so many magical properties, you can see why garlic broth is the perfect ally to fight off colds and winter blahs. It's a perfect broth for this time of year. It's vegan, vegetarian, and I like to think of it as comfort food. It's my witch's brew. This recipe for garlic broth has very few ingredients, is easy to make, and does wonders to help you feel better. So here we go. This is my recipe for STREGA soup, aka garlic broth. Here are the ingredients I'm using for the garlic broth. The most important ingredient, of course, is the garlic. So you want 2 whole heads of garlic. I like to put a little bit of hot pepper in it, so I'm just going to use the tip of this, maybe about 1 inch from the top with all of the seeds removed. I don't want it to be too hot. I just want it to enhance the broth a little bit. And then I have fresh herbs. So I have some parsley here, rosemary, some sage, some thyme, and a couple of bay leaves. And you can use anything that you have on hand at the time. And I'm also going to put in a little bit of the scallion. So the first thing I'm going to do is peel one of these heads of garlic and completely peel all of the cloves, and then we'll carry on from there. And now that we've peeled all of the cloves in that 1 head of garlic, I'm going to take the flat end of a knife and give them a little crunch. We're going to do that to all of them because we're going to fry this now in some olive oil. Now with the second head of garlic, we're going to cut it this way in half. I put the crushed garlic in a deep saucepan. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, extra virgin. Now we're going to cook these until they're golden, probably about 8 minutes. Just be careful they don't burn or your soup will be bitter. The next step is to add 8 cups of water, and then we're going to bring this all to a boil. Now that this is boiling, we can reduce the heat to a simmer and we can add the other ingredients. So I've cut the scallion into 1-inch pieces. Add a couple of bay leaves. This is all I'm taking of the hot pepper, just the tip. Adding the other herbs, so some sage, some thyme, some rosemary, a little handful of parsley. And then I didn't even peel the garlic. I'm putting it in as is, these 2 halves. So don't even bother taking the paper off because we're going to strain all this out at the end. But right now you just want to let this simmer. And we're going to let it go probably for 1 hour, maybe 1.5 hours. We're going to let this liquid reduce to about half. So now you can just step away, go do something else, and come back in about 1 hour. Our broth has been simmering for about 1.5 hours. I've added some salt and pepper. Just giving it a final few minutes here, and then we're going to strain it and serve it up. I'm going to pour the broth into this giant bowl, but I'm going to put it through a colander. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you tried this recipe for garlic broth and I hope it makes you feel better. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye!